I bring good news to you today. We have an opportunity to choose the real change without having to register to vote or campaign for office. In addition to bring real change that I announce today, we know that this country has been characterized by violence during elections. But this time, the news I bring to you is a campaign, an event that is violence-free. This is news that I think is worth bringing to the people of Zimbabwe. So today, we have an opportunity that we need to spread to the whole country, an opportunity to make a decision for this country. I call it good news because it's going to make everybody happy, everybody safe, everybody confident, everybody protected, everybody feeling participation in this event that we are announcing. What is this event? Why do I call it good news? I call it good news because each individual, from their own volition, is going to make a decision for a better Zimbabwe. The UANC, under the leadership of President Reverend Dr. Muzorewa, and other serious progressive parties are thriving and committed to foster unity, peace, justice, and prosperity for all through democratic principles. Building a political atmosphere which is conducive to economic growth, stability, transparency, and accountability in all government sectors is key to national development and prosperity. Why wait for 2028 elections or even Vision 2030 when we can begin now to exercise genuine participation in the affairs of our sovereign state? There is a proverb that says, "Uswa wenyati ngewa munumbu, uri pamuromo inofanaho." Those of you who understand Shona know the importance of that piece of wisdom. When I was growing up, I learned from a very humble person this other philosophy that says, life is what happens when you are making plans. Life is what happens when you are making plans. Therefore, now is the time to make a good choice and a wise move towards the Zimbabwe we want. We all agree that Zimbabwe needs political stability in order to make progress. If only different political parties would resolve their ideological conflicts through dialogue and inclusivity, there would be no political paralysis, no divisions, and no confusion nationwide. The unfortunate thing is that many opposition parties are spending much of their time arguing about things that are of no consequence. I want to declare that the UANC is unique, is different from that approach, because our approach is not to not to despise other people. It doesn't matter who it is. Our approach is to focus on the objective of our struggle, namely a better Zimbabwe. ZANU-PF is only a political party, not a nation. Only together can we make a nation, whether you are in the ruling party or opposition party. Together we make a nation. Therefore, let no humble party say we are a minority. No one is a minority in Zimbabwe politics. As far as I'm concerned, we are one nation working towards a possibility of a better Zimbabwe. Therefore, everybody, we forgive their acts of immaturity and irresponsibility. Wisdom teaches us that as a seasoned nation, we can deal with our own unsolved issues here in Zimbabwe without going beyond the borders of this country. In order to do that, there has to be peace within the country. And by peace, I don't mean just the absence of fighting. I mean a way of trusting each other, a way of knowing that you belong to Zimbabwe, I belong to Zimbabwe. Together we have an assignment. That already puts us together. When I say peace, I'm not talking about absence of war necessarily. I'm talking about that kind of mindset that says we are one, we are together. Since the ruling party has failed to resolve health issues, unemployment challenges, corruption, poverty, unaffordable education, infrastructure rehabilitation, and the political polarization issues for the past 43 years. Worse still, since the ruling party has caused most of these issues, the nation's hope is for all of us to unite and work together. I am emphasizing the fact that we have given ZANU-PF has grabbed 43 years of this country, but there are still problems. So logically it means that they need help. Logically it means that they cannot handle it. Logically it means that, that we need to play an active part. And to do this, we don't do this by fighting them. We do this by educating them. We don't do this by fighting among each other, but we do this by working together. The 43 years could have been used better if we all worked together. The United African National Council believes in unity because in unity there is productivity. In unity there is peace. In unity there is progress. So the UANC stands out, not as a superior, stands out because our philosophy is that of embracing the nation, of embracing all people who call themselves Zimbabwe, so that we all work together for common good. Which is why a preacher is forced to repeat what he has said Sunday after Sunday, because what he preaches, if what he preaches is not happening, then the next thing is to repeat it over and over. However, today I'm not here to just sing a song of a change. I am here to really emphasize the importance of unity, the importance of spiritual healing, the importance of physical healing. When the nation is healed, then the nation grows. When the nation is healed, then people are happy. When the people are happy, there is prosperity, real prosperity. As a servant leader, as I consider myself, I strongly believe that Zimbabwe can settle its own matters without international interference. We have our national constitution to guide us. We agree with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who said, "Justice too long delayed is justice denied. I belong to this country. I have seen many people who have been kept behind bars under the guise of remand. But the remand is supposed to be an instrument which gives the court a break to put some things in place. In this country, a remand is worse than prison. Now, this is where we need to stand up and say, let us follow the Constitution. It's just a document for everybody. Let us follow the Constitution. Because keeping a person in remand indefinitely is justice denied. Catch and the release is justice abused. We all know these things, but when it comes to talking about them, then we don't speak the same language. Which is why I say we have people in power who are intelligent like everybody else, but when it comes to implementation, they fail. Which is why some of you should be able to step up and make the difference. Mature leadership will work diligently, selflessly, positively, and constructively to see that every citizen is treated fairly. The UANC insists on fairness. Whatever is done by the ruling party should be judged, should be evaluated. If it's not fair, that message ought to be portrayed. And if it is fair, that message ought to be acknowledged, which is why I say it's not good to just wait to complain. When things are good, we don't say anything. When they are bad, we say everything. I prefer a country where whatever is good is good. In Shona, we have a saying that says, chakanaka chakanaka, mukaka urungwi. Milk is always good. You don't have to add anything to it because it's always good, okay? So with that saying, I want to appeal to my colleagues in the opposition range to really not just look for faults, but bring good ideas to the ruling party. If they don't listen, that is why they should be removed. If they listen, why they should be happier than they are right now. However, in saying all this, I'm really appealing to a united nation. I'm appealing to a united opposition party. I'm appealing to a united country. United in the sense that whether you are in government or not in government, this land is our land. This country is our country, and we should build it together, which is why nation building is a good thing. In a functional democracy, everyone is assumed innocent until proved guilty. It follows that to make peace, we can negotiate and come out with better and humanizing results. That expression that says a person is assumed innocent until proved guilty is a very simple statement, but you know that people don't seem to take it seriously. That needs to change. That needs to change. So when we talk of real change, there are certain things that we know very well that they need to be changed. And when they are not changed, what do? We don't talk about it in the streets. We work on it. We go for it. We consult the powers that be and talk about it. We need national healing or reconciliation. I'm going to argue that unless the nation is healed, no one is going to prosper. No one is going to shine. Because if there's sickness in the family, there is a misery, there is unhappiness, there is sadness. There is a disease in this country, and the disease must be healed. So today I'm going to focus a little bit on how we can heal our country. There are two dimensions that needs to be attended to, two dimensions of healing that I'm referring to: spiritual healing and physical healing. In each case, certain rituals must be performed if we expect real change that brings real unity that is all over the country. We cannot have unity in Manicaland when there is fighting in Matabeleland. We cannot have unity in Binga when there is fighting in Chipinga. So real unity is when we are all together. So healing is like that. Healing must spread all over the country. This country is sick. This country needs healing, and the UAC is proposing rituals that will facilitate the wellness of this country. Political polarization has caused hundreds, if not thousands, to be disenfranchised. There are some people now who are disenchanted because they say we've been voting for the last 40 years and nothing is changing. And I'm hearing this from a lot of people. As a political leader, I feel very concerned. For one thing, of course, we are losing those votes. If those people have given up, then we are losing those votes. But more importantly, I feel sorry for people who live in Zimbabwe and then they feel that there's no hope for change in this country. I am declaring that there is change. I'm declaring that there's change that can come without fighting, without violence. This change comes when we first heal ourselves, when the nation is healed. So, some of you remember, I hope, President Mnangagwa in 2017, at his inauguration, he said these words, and I quote, "I thus humbly appeal to you all that we let bygones be bygones," referring to the violence ZANU-PF had done to sections of our society, including Gukura Hundi, 2008 pain, torture, and killings. He minimized the pain and suffering as something that could just go away. Well, it did not vanish. It is still, the pain is still there. While we appreciate that the president was appealing for national reconciliation, what remains is the actual spiritual healing. That's what's needed. And if I may say this, it looks like our colleagues who are ruling this country have one very peculiar problem. A lot of them are very brilliant, they make good ideas, they think they got good ideas, let me say. When it comes to implementation, they get a zero. So, obviously by working with them, we can complement where their weakness is obvious. So anyway, even though the president was appealing for national unity, that has not been implemented. Unfortunately, distributing vehicles and cash to the chiefs is only soothing, not healing. The president has done this. So the UANC, the party which values spiritual healing, will set up a spiritual healing operation through appropriate rituals. I am contending that yes, I am a Christian man. Yes, I believe in modern medicine and science. I also happen to know that there are spiritual powers that can be appealed to. There are ways that this country can receive spiritual healing. Because some of you remember that during the war, we prayed about victory. We prayed for victory, but those who were actually in the bush know that they were given advice and counsel by spiritual massacres. They know that. 2023 were very peaceful, and I'm not using the word fair. We were very peaceful. You agree with that? There was peace, right? It was very, very, I've never seen more peaceful election in Zimbabwe than what I saw in 2023. I was disturbed, however, that ZEC did not have enough ballots to give people who were waiting for ballots, even here in Harare. If it was in Ibinga, I would say maybe the transport issues. Here in Harare, in Bulawayo, that was dirty. That was not good. Now, the elections were, I got some votes, and other people got votes. Some people got more than others. That's what we call winning, right? So I don't want to say that they were unfair, because I don't even know what was unfair. But I tell you that they were not efficient insofar as the ZEC people just write to everybody that we have all the ballots ready to go, and they did not have them. Or they claim that they did not have them. That is fuzzy. Fuzzy, I didn't say fuzzy, did I? It was fuzzy. Almost like fuzzy. Okay, so what I also know, if you allow me to proceed and what I also is that the elections, the period of election became very unfortunate, in that we started, some opposition parties started to invite people from outside to come and monitor, to come and mess with our election. Let us do our thing in Zimbabwe. So to invite SADC to come here, for me, it's an insult. Let us work on it together. We could have come up with a better results, if we had just focused on it together here in this country. The moment you bring people from Zambia, from all over the world to say, come and look at our, then we are not, but we are nothing. We are not a sovereign state. That part did not please me at all. So I don't want to say fair or unfair. What I know is they are very inefficient. And I think it was on purpose. If that's how you want to define fair or unfair, so be it. That part wasn't good. I was amazed myself. My brother, who is only 5 years older than me, he went to the polls in Mount Pleasant, was looking for my name, of course. He was looking for his brother's name. He could not find it. It was so blurred that he could not recognize his own blood brother. That's how bad I'm going to say. I'm going to say that's inefficient. That's so dirty, like I said before. Dirty. I still want to use that word. So, and I'm not going to say unfair, because hey, if you say, why didn't so-and-so win? Why did so-and-so win? I don't know who got what. All I know is what I got. And now I'm beginning to doubt that if my brother could not recognize my name, how many other people who don't even know me but they liked me, who failed to find me on the ballot? That part, man, that was not good. I'm sorry. But that's all I can say right now.